Hello stitchy friends, welcome to the Starlight Stitching Co. floss tube number 6. So this is going to be a little bit of a different floss tube. First I have a couple of finishes that I want to share with you, and then the rest of it is going to be a WIP Parade with just a little bit of plans tossed in. And so I guess let's get started. So a couple of the projects that I was working on really hard to try to get finished for Christmas were the crochet sweater for my niece. That is finished, and I'll add a photograph here, hopefully, to show what it looks like. It turned out really cute, and hopefully she likes it and gets lots of use and enjoyment out of it. The second rather big project was the horse quilt for my daughter. I did manage to get it done, and it came out looking great, if I do say so myself. So I'm going to try to show this as best I can. So here's, I can't see what you can see. Here's the top section. The middle with the panel from Hobby Lobby. And then the bottom. Okay. And the back is kind of a mismatch of all of the scraps that I had left over. I like to try to use up all the scraps from the front of the quilt on the back. That way I have less scraps to manage and store. Don't look too closely at the quilting. It's not perfect by any means of the imagination, but it is quilted with kind of a free motion loop-de-loop that's somewhat dense. I did end up with lots of these little bitty loops on the back, just because I'm not very good at free motion quilting. Maybe I'll get there eventually, but I think the quilting turned out pretty cute, and it's soft and cuddly now that it's been washed. I did end up binding it in the red and white stripe, just because I already had it cut and ready to go. I still think it looks cute. And the best part about this is I completed the whole quilt all from my stash except for the center panel. So this is entirely a stash buster quilt, which is amazing. While I'm folding it up here, I will also add a photo of the quilt laid out on my daughter's bed so you can see it better. But I am really pleased that I was able to get this done. Now, mind you, I was adding the binding on it the afternoon of Christmas Eve, while my daughter and my husband were taking a nap after having Christmas lunch with his family. So it was definitely a close finish. The third project is still a WIP. I was not able to get it done. So this is Christmas in Pink. Here's the front sheet by Curie E. Batakuri. And let's get it opened up here. This is where I'm at. So I have the flowers on this scroll area to finish. I have to fill in the sign, fill in the white on the sleigh, and then all the back stitching. So it's pretty close. I think I'm going to try to work on this really hard the next week or two and try to get it finished up so I can get it framed and gifted to my sister. I did show it to her on Christmas Day, and she's thrilled with it, which is awesome. So hopefully I can get that one done soon. And out of the WIP pile and free up a project bag. Now, I'm going to have to tuck these back in the bags as I go, so please forgive me for the delay time. I don't want anything to get mixed up or lost. Next up, I'm going to start with my WIPs, but one thing I wanted to share, I picked up this magazine rack from the thrift store, and it works great to hold several project bags right by the sofa for me so I can pick what I want to work on. So first up, and that last project bag, I should show the project bags, shouldn't I? This is from Starry Owl Stitchery, and the Christmas in Pink is stitched on an 18 count silver Aida that I Rit dyed with some aquamarine dye to make it a pale aqua color. Next up, in this Starry Owl Stitchery bag, I have Autumn Love, and this one has not seen any love in quite a while, but I do definitely want to get back to it because it's super pretty. So none of this is ironed, it's straight out of the bag. You're seeing it where I left off. So this one I am working on the border around the stars. And then after that is all of the little boxes with the motifs around. So it'd be really nice to get this finished and have a fully finished wall hanging. I think that's what I'm going to turn it into, is like a quilted backed wall hanging before fall. Next, I shared this on my Instagram, but not, no, I think I did share this. Yeah, I shared this in my last Flosstube. Is Oh Holy Night Nativity by Stony Creek Collection. And I am stitching this on 18 count opalescent Aida that I hand dyed with a mix of aquamarine and evening blue Rit dye. So here's the finished size, or the size of the fabric, which is a little bit bigger than the finished size. And I just have the start of Mary's clothing. This was one Saturday's worth of work, I think, and I haven't picked it up again since. I was trying to focus on Christmas, is what it was. And this is in a very unglamorous Amazon project bag. Next, I have Christmas Rules. And this I'm stitching on, what am I stitching this on? 32 count raw gold Belfast linen. So I didn't get very far. I ended up setting this aside so I could focus on Christmas in Pink. But I hope to continue working on this throughout this year to get it totally done so I could have it hanging up for next Christmas, because it really is pretty. I don't know. Yeah, you can see that sparkle. This fabric is so gorgeous. And this is just in one of the Fat Quarter Shop project bags from a previous Stitch Quarterly. Last year's, maybe? I don't know. Next, in my Tiger Lily Designs Project Keeper, I only have 2 of these. I have the ornaments. I didn't get my family's Christmas ornaments finished this year either, so I'm going to try to go ahead and get these done and still count them as 2022's ornaments, and then get, maybe start working on 2023's ornaments in Christmas in July so I can actually get them done in time. Again, I just had to focus on Christmas in Pink in an attempt to get it done. But I'm working on this sweet little angel for my daughter. And here's where I'm at. This is on a 14 count fabric flare Aida aqua dots or something. So I have the dress and I'm starting to work on the clouds. And also in here I have kitted up the materials to do this ornament for my husband, and it will be on more of the 32 count raw gold Belfast linen, since I had a scrap. And I have all of the called for DMC colors on my StarlightStitchingCo floss holder, which these will be in the shop for January 1st if you want to get one. So these colors on this raw gold linen, I think it'll be a super cute Santa ornament. But I'm able to keep both of those projects in this one project keeper, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I don't have anything else in there. Okay, moving on. We have this project bag, which is from Tammy Stubbs Handmade. And in here I have Oh Holy Night Nativity. So after I get my sister's Christmas in Pink done, here's where I'm at. I'm almost done with Baby Jesus, so that means I have the flowers and the hill and the words. I don't think I'm going to do the star in the pattern because of the finishing piece that I have for it. And this is on a 14 count opalescent Aida that I dyed with indigo dye. So I think after I get Christmas in Pink done, this is going to be my Sabbath stitch until I get it finished. And then I'll probably make the Oh Holy Night Nativity my Sabbath stitch after that, because I would really like to have both of those on display next year. Next up, in a Handmade by Me project bag. This one's a little bit smaller because I was dealing with scraps. St. Patrick's Day theme. Probably does not have a St. Patrick's Day project in it, though. It has Summer Home. Floss fairy. That should go back in the drawer. Okay, so I don't have part 5 printed out. I've got it. I don't have it printed out. This is the Summer Home. It was a mystery stitch along from Fat Quarter Shop. And I'm just stitching this on a 14 count fabric flare pale gray gingham. And this is what I've got. So obviously quite a ways to go. Finish the heart and then do all the house and everything down here. I saw an iteration, and of course it's not a good example because I don't have part 5 printed out. If I find part 5 printed out, or can get an image of it finished, I'll put it here instead of this paper. But I saw one version where instead of something on this side, they have an American flag. So, and I think I saved that on my Instagram. So I'm going to try to find that and try to replicate that. And if I do find it, I'll give credit to who did it. And in here, I have my cross-stitch clutch. That was from the spring clutch club, the April clutch club last year. Speaking of which, be right back. I had some fabrics left over from the Clutch Club boxes last year. Not all of them, but 3 of them. And since the clutches, the fabric combinations for the clutches are exclusive to the box, it wouldn't be right to make more clutches with them. So I am using the scraps to make a small selection of quilted project bags. Take that little thread off right there. They are fully lined with coordinating fabric. I had more of the green left over than the leaves. No raw seams. The front is quilted simply with some batting, and then the back has some of that foam stabilizer in it. So it stands up straight. It's very sturdy. It's not super floppy. So these will be available on January 1st. There's a small number of each version. So I will have this fall print, the summer print, and the spring print that matches that clutch that I just showed you will be available. Next, in another Fat Quarter Shop project bag, I have, what do I have? Shannon Christine's Ornament Club from this year, which is the 12 Days of Christmas. I have everything in here. Do I have them all printed out? Yeah, I have them all printed out. So here are days 1 and 2. Days 3 and 4. Days 5 and 6. 7 and 8. 9 and 10. And it looks like I don't have printed off 11 and 12, so I'll pop a picture of that in here. But I only have started day 1. Day 1. So maybe I'll finish this, and this will be my ornament for next year. And I'll just try to do 1 a year. Wouldn't that be fun? But they're very cute. My only complaint about Shannon Christine's designs is that she has lots of shading, which means lots of color changes. And it looks beautiful when it's done, but it is a little bit more work. So maybe 1 of those a year, and that'll be my ornament for the next 12 years. We'll see. Okay, so that takes care of everything in my magazine there. So those are all projects I've worked on relatively recently. This here is my oldest WIP. It is a Dimensions kit. Let's see if I can find the name. Winter Cardinals. I don't have a cover picture. But here's where I'm at. I just have some greenery to finish over here, and then the back stitching, and then I'm done. This has been sitting around for 17 years, 16 years, I don't know, really long time. I did finally finish the gridding on here, so I've found that with these Dimensions kits that are really detailed, I like to grid them with the Easy Count guideline. It's like a red plastic fishing line material that you just stitch in these little crosses that indicate the boxes and the lines on the pattern. So it helps me, at least, to keep a closer eye on where I'm at, to make sure I'm not screwing something up. Because there's been times where I've stitched something and not realized it until I've gone a long ways that one stitch was off higher up. And of course that throws everything off. So I need to finish that. Oop. Almost showed you the chart there. That would be bad. This is a new start. So this is the Dimensions Gold Collection Candy Cane Santa Stocking. And I am stitching this for my husband's Christmas stocking. It would be nice to have it done by next Christmas. I'm not positive that that's realistic, but this was just from 2 days worth of stitching, and I didn't really have that much time. So I started at the top, and I charted my husband's name, which is Bill. It doesn't really look like it right now, but once the back stitch is added, it'll be fine. So then I have to finish going around here with the half stitches for the top, and then this is all filled in with half stitches. But I've got it all gridded out with my Easy Count guideline for the shape of the stocking on the fabric. And this is the fabric that came in the kit. It's a .16 count Dove Gray Cotton Aida. And of course it comes with all of the floss and the sequins and the needles. I also have these really pretty embroidery scissors that my husband got me for Christmas. They're very sharp. Let me tuck this all back away. I hope I didn't just splash the pattern there. If I did, I'll cover it up with something. And this is just in the plastic sleeve because I don't have an empty project bag. So maybe if I get Christmas in Pink done, I can steal that project bag for this. Next up, this one. This is Autumn Beauties. It was another mystery stitch along from Fat Quarter Shop. I guess this is the problem with mystery stitch alongs, is you don't know what the pattern is. And although this is really cute, it doesn't really fit with my style of decor in my home. I'm trying to see if I wrote down what the fabric was, but I don't have it here. It's a 14 count Queen Anne's lace, I think. Ada by Witch Hope, maybe. But it's hard to tell. It's cream with like a little bit of kind of a soft sagey green modeling. It's really pretty. But I just have the gingham border done, stopped up here. And I don't even have it done. I have one color on the border done, and I started on the second color. And then as more of the pattern was released, I didn't like it very much, so I stopped. But I do know someone that I think I can finish this for as a gift. And so I might go ahead and pull this out this year and go ahead and finish it as a gift for someone else. I mean, I was so frustrated with this. I don't have a project bag for it. It's just been sitting up here on my shelf on this galvanized tiered tray, keeping everything together. Next, in my Stitching with the Housewives canvas bag, I have And To All a Good Night. I started this for Christmas in July, not this year, but last year. And this is on another piece of Opalescent Ada that I hand dyed with indigo Rit dye. And that's how much I have. So if I got this house finished and the words and the snowflakes to the tree, that would be half done. So I guess you could say I'm a third done, maybe? A quarter? I don't know. It's cute. It just always seems like by the time we get to Christmas time, I'm working on gifts and I don't have time to work on stuff for myself. But I usually am not feeling like stitching Christmas in the summertime. I want to stitch patriotic. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just do less cross-stitch gifts for next year. Who knows? Next project is in this sweet little strawberry bag. This was made using some scraps I had on hand. And in it I have So Berry Sweet from White House Stitchery. And I am stitching this on, it looks like a 14 count Ada that I dyed with who knows what, mix of green and turquoise, I think. So I've got the gingham done, and this entire star and everything in it, including, there's a thread, including the back stitching, is done. So now I just have to do that 3 more times. And I think that's probably why I stopped on it, is because the excitement was over, because I knew what it was going to look like, and I just had to do it over again 3 more times. I don't know. So I think when I pick it up again, maybe I'll try to finish this in June. That just seems like strawberry season to me. I don't know why. Probably because it is strawberry season. I'll try to go ahead and get all the stars done. and then do all the strawberries, and then do all the leaves, and then do all the flowers at the same time instead of completing one at a time. And maybe that will make it a little less monotonous. And in here I have one of the first cross-stitch clutches I made. So this has been around for 2 years. No, not quite 2 years. Year and a half, year and 3/4. Next, I have in an Amazon plastic project bag I think this was before I started using my clutches. I have Happy Camper by Lori Holt. And we love to go camping. So I had the thought to change the camper and the truck to look more like our camper and our truck. And to be honest, I just got bored with the gray and black. It's a gray and black camper, but boy, is that a boring color to stitch. So eventually I'll get it done and hang it up in the camper. It is cute. Just need to get it finished. So, and there's a little doggy in the back, so I'll probably add another little dog next to that dog because we have 2 little dogs that we take with us. It'll get done eventually. I just don't have a desire to work on it right now. I have a sunflower project bag that I made with some scraps. In here, I have a whole bunch of stuff. My goodness. And some thread is caught in the zipper. Nice. There we go. Okay, so I am working on the Stitching with the Housewives. This is the extra that's in the honey jar pattern. So I don't have a cover that I can show. But it says sunflowers, pick your own. And then there's 3 sunflowers down here. And all I have to do to finish is this stem and leaf and the sunflowers that go here and here. And that'll be done. Why is this a WIP? Why is this not finished? This has been hanging around for 2 years, I think. And I have a whole bunch of other fabric pieces. And I also have the August calendar crates. I have all the calendar crate kits. I haven't stitched any of them yet, so that'll be a fun project for maybe do a couple of them this year and the rest of them another year. Uh-oh. I left my pattern out on my strawberry one. Gotta be a little more careful about that. Okay. Next, oh, this one's been around a while. This is in an Amazon project bag. And this is Winter Snowfall by Shannon Christine. An absolutely gorgeous pattern. I am stitching this on, I believe, an 18 count Aida that I writ dyed. And I did the gridding on this because this is such a large pattern with a lot of spread out motifs. And I'm working on this border. That border is a beast. And it goes all the way across the top and all the way across the bottom. It's a lot. And honestly, I think I just got bored with it. But the little trees look so cute in the tealy colors that I'm doing it in. And it's got snowflakes. So I'd like to spend some more time on that sometime. Not right now, but sometime. I've gotten a little more comfortable with working on 18 count. So I think when I started it, I was struggling working on the 18 count and it was just going so slow that I got frustrated. Next in my exclusive Tiger Lily Designs Project Keeper. I have the 12 Days of Christmas bundle from Tiger Lily Designs and Hello from Liz Matthews. And I have started on the tree for day one. I just made a small start because this came in December. Yeah, it came in December when I was already working on many other things and trying to focus on presents. Uh-oh. I have all of my beautiful silks on the floss flower that came in the project bag. Pretty, pretty colors. Beautiful silks. My scissors had gotten stuck on one of the silk threads, so I think I need to put those in a different pocket. Thankfully, there's lots of pockets in here. So I am stitching this on a 28 count opalescent white linen, and this is just a very small start, and I'm stitching it 1/1 because I didn't want these trees, when they're finished, they're pretty large when stitched on 14 count. So even if it's stitched on 40 count, which is insane, it's still 5 1/4 by 7 inches. I have a small house. I don't have room for 12 trees that are that size. So I'm stitching it 1/1, and I will turn it into some ornaments for my sweet little craft room Christmas tree. And they will be some very special ornaments. No plans right now to work on that one. We'll just see how it goes. I try not to make too many schedules. Next up, in another handmade from scraps small project bag. So these ones are pretty small because I was dealing with scraps and limited size. They are quite a bit smaller than the size that will be available in my shop. These are 10.5 by 13 about. And this is the Pumpkins Oh My cross stitch pattern that comes along with the quilt pattern that I designed. I still need to work on my own quilt. I don't have a sample done, which is atrocious. But I've gotten that far. It'll be really cute, and I can't wait to have it on my wall. I don't like all of the color changes in that tiny little block, but it looks like a fun little quilt block. I don't know. Maybe that'll be a project to work on during October this year. We'll see. Next, in another Fat Quarter Shop project bag, these are Halloween patterns. So I have the Hello My Pretties kit and the calendar crate kit and a blue trick or treat. None of those have I done. The one that is a WIP is This Is Halloween by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Not Primrose Cottage, Stitching with the Housewives. Jeez. And that's what I've got done. So obviously still a ways to go on that. Not in a Halloween project bag, not with a Halloween clutch. But it still works even if the theme doesn't match. This is another one that's been sitting around for a while in an Amazon project bag. This is the Shannon Christine Christmas Club from 2020. So let's see. One of these I shared as a finish recently and gave as a gift. Just one? I thought I'd finished more than that. Okay, but let's share all of the patterns. There's one, there's two, there's three, there's four, and there's all babies. So here's one. Christmas Club one, which has 2 ornaments. Christmas Club 2. 3. 4. And then she also had freebies for each week that was released. Somehow I missed one of them. So I do recommend her Shannon Christine's Ornament Clubs. And I believe you can get all of these patterns now on her website. I'm missing one. I'm missing a pattern. Here we go. There's 5. And the one that is a WIP right now is Believe, which is very close to being finished. I think all I have left are the stars to add and the beads, and this would be done. This is on a gold 14 count Aida that I dyed with who knows what. I have in here a lot of different pieces of fabric that are already cut and serged. I had dyed several of them, I think this taupey color, but I was disappointed with how the snowflakes showed up on them. You couldn't really see them. So then I took some of them and dyed them navy, some of them and dyed them more of a golden brown, and some of them that I dyed a green. So I have lots of pieces to finish these ornaments, all ready to go in this bag. Oh, and I've got a couple of pieces of, I don't know what this is, 14 count screen printed with a dot. It's got some opalescent glittery on it, but it's not woven in. I don't know. So I have all those ready and waiting anytime I feel like working on some ornaments. So maybe a head start on some family ornaments for next year? Huh, we'll see. This is a project bag that I've made. Patriotic. And in it I have America the Beautiful. I believe I started this year before last. And here's where I'm at. This is stitched on a chalkboard black 14 count Aida. And as you can see, I have, sorry, fingers not cooperating. As you can see, I have quite a ways to go. But I think maybe this will be my patriotic piece for this year. We shall see. No hard and fast rules here. So in another, whoo, chart there. In another Amazon project bag, I have sampler of the month for all of the months. Oh, I guess I don't have any of them that are actually started. I know I finished 3 of them. January, February, March. I don't think I finished April. Did I finish April? Hold on. Let's go to the box of finishes. See what I have. Oh, here's another Shannon Christine. I finished that one. See, that white on the Santa hat is kind of hard to see on that dyed fabric. Excuse me. I'm trying to see which one of the Country Cottage Needlework Samplers of the Month I have finished. Here they are. I need to get these in the frame. What the heck? We're finished somehow. They're done. Okay. So this is on an Aida. I'm guessing a 16 count since they call for a 32 count linen that I dyed kind of a bluish gray. So here's January. February. And March. I have a frame that these will fit in. Hold, please. I have this frame that I bought from Cheeky Sheep on Etsy. It's the perfect size for me to just stick these in here. But when I put it in with the wood frame, it kind of made the fabric look dingy and dirty. So I think I'm just going to paint this frame white with some chalk paint. And then I need to switch out these little tabs for maybe the spinny style so I can pop this open and close 12 times a year because 12 frames are not cheap. Either that or I need to figure out a way to finish these individually with not much room left on the fabric because I had planned on just sticking these in a frame. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably just paint the frame white and get some of the little spinny things that hold the back in place and be able to switch those out every month. Here's the dowel. Here we go. So maybe I'll try to get that done soon so I can get January put up because, you know, it's going to be January in a couple of days. And I guess I can get rid of January, February, and March since those are already done. That way I'm not confused next time. Next, in another Amazon project bag, I have the Cricut Collection Christmas Cookies. And this is the first project I ever stitched on linen. I do not recall what the linen is. You could probably find it in my Instagram. But right now I have cookies. So I have to finish this O, and that O has a Christmas tree in it. Then I have this O and the C with the cookies, and then the letters for sugar here at the top. And some little dots at the bottom, I guess. Oh no, I did them there. Okay. And that'll be done. So I'd say this is more than halfway finished. I would kind of like to have it done to hang up this Christmas, since it's not that far away from being finished. And it's on a really pretty, kind of a sagey green linen. You have to excuse me, I have a little bit of the sniffles. And then there's one project bag left. Just one. This is another Made by Me with Scraps Easter project bag. And in it, I have Bunny Garden. And this is stitched on a 14 count fabric flare Aida. I do not recall the color. Because of the fabric, I've had to make a lot of color changes. And I just got frustrated with all the color changes, and the color is not working right. So I have some flowers up here at the top to finish, just on this side. And the sign. And I think that's it to get this one finished. Huh. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to add some back stitching around the white on the bunny's dress because you can't really see it very well on this fabric. But that's it. So maybe I'll have to get this wrapped up for Easter this year because that won't take long. And then I have some other Stitching with the Housewives patterns in here. That's the bunny garden pattern. But I haven't finished them or started them yet. So yeah, I'll have to get that finished for this Easter because that's not very far away from being done. Huh. I guess I just got frustrated with it and wanted to move on. So that is all I have for my WIPs. I don't know how many that was. A lot? I don't want to count. Maybe I'll count later. A couple of plans for some new starts that I want to do really soon. I want to start the hands-on design Hello There. I would like to do these each month. I got the button kit from Fat Quarter Shop with all of the buttons. Kind of splurged there. But that'll be a nice little decor to have out every month. And I'm not going to do them all the same. I'm probably not even going to finish them all the same because I want to use stuff that I already have if I can. So I'm going to stitch January on this 14 count Aida from Fabric Flair that's called Aqua Dye with Snow. And then I want to stitch February on some more of this 14 count Fabric Flair Aida Shabby Chic Wood Pink. I think that would be cute for Valentine's. And I'm changing up the colors and just doing my own thing. So I'd like to stitch those. And then I also want to start Quaker Snowflakes from Hello from Liz Matthews. And I am changing some colors. I want to stitch this on 32 count Mystic Belfast linen. I do not remember where I got this from. It says PTP 236Z on the tag, but that's not helpful. Very pretty linen. I like the modeling in the background. So it calls for DMC 3865, which I'll be switching for B5200, and 3064 and 3023, but instead I'm going to use 503, and then for the little bird, I'm going to use the DMC Etoile C738. It's a gold sparkly color. And I just think that those three, let's see if we can do this here. I think those three on that Aida will look really pretty with the snowflakes. This isn't even in a project bag yet. I haven't started it. That's all I have for WIPs, for cross-stitching WIPs. I mean, there's also quilt WIPs, but we won't go into that. Or crochet WIPs. We won't go into that either. Not today, at least. Giveaway winners from last time. Here it is. This was the giveaway from last time. The Oh Dear kit from Fat Quarter Shop, which comes with the pattern, the fabric, the floss. There's probably a needle in here. No, just the floss? Yep, there is a needle in here. So, everything you need to get started on this sweet little pattern. I forgot to draw the winner beforehand, so the winner's name will be popping up right here. Please send me an email to the email address below letting me know that you won the Oh Dear cross stitch pattern, and I will get this popped into the mail for you. For a giveaway this week, apparently I really liked this pattern because I bought it twice. So my mistake is your gain, because the giveaway for this video is going to be the Quaker Snowflakes pattern from Hello from Liz Matthews. So please use the word snowflake in your comment. Please be 18, please be in the US, please do not say free or giveaway. Just use the word snowflake in your comment, and I will draw a winner next time. So I will see you again in 2 weeks, and we'll have a regular Flosstube with hopefully a couple of, or at least one fully finished project. Christmas in pink, that would be nice. And some updates on WIPs and haul. I've got some haul over there. Maybe a little bit of a knitting update. I've gotten started with trying to learn to knit. That's fun. So far, so good. Not ready to start my big project yet, but so far, so good. Need a little more practice. And that's it. So I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. I know ours was amazing, but also exhausting, if you know what I mean. I was just so tired the day after Christmas. I didn't want to do anything. But it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun and time with family, which was great. I hope you have a wonderful new year and get to spend some more time with family and friends ringing in the new year, and we will see you next time. Thank you for watching.